Welcome back to the Vibe Guys podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Aaron.
Hello, Brent. And we are the Vibe Guys. We got Chris in the building today.
It's been a great time. Thank you.
You're not
thank
fucking
God,
with the
please.
intro?
Okay, no, it's the best intro I've ever heard in my life.
No, please come back. We need the clicks.
No, it's great. It's fucking great intro. Beautiful. Love
Hey,
it.
man. Thanks
Can
for
I cuss,
coming.
by the way?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you
can
can.
say whatever you
Yeah,
want
we
to
can.
say.
Just-
You know,
just make
what cuss words you feeling like saying?
A little fuck, little shit, little bitch. Just a little bit of, just from looking at your face. That's what I think of first of all.
Damn. I'm letting you stay in my crib. That's crazy.
Interesting.
It's an evil world we live in.
Match win.
The Vibe Guys podcast, finally.
Oh, yeah.
Long time coming.
What episode is this? 33?
Yeah.
33 episodes.
Straight
Yeah.
weeks. Straight. We dominate in the charts.
Yeah.
33 weeks it took to get an invite? It took 33 weeks.
Hey,
to get an
hey,
invite?
you know
How
what we
long? That's how
say?
long it took, Brandon? It
Hey,
took
you
that long?
know what we say. You've had my address for a minute.
Oh.
Yeah,
What
you're
you
right.
really-
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're not lying. You're not lying.
6 hour drive is a little something, you know.
I mean, it's
It's
also
bad,
something.
it's
bad.
That was longer than I
Something
thought it was going to be. Because it said like 5 something, but then there was traffic on the way here. But it was, I don't know. It was all right. I also tried recording. Let's not talk about that. Never mind. Listen.
Yeah, it went great. It went
Oh,
great.
yeah, everything was great. The ride here was fantastic, and it's been the best experience of my life so far.
Man, how are you doing? What's going on in the world of Chris Danger?
I'm good, man. I really can't complain. I'm fighting Speedball Mike Bailey next week.
That's
insane.
So like,
Insane.
what the fuck? So I'm just trying to get ready for that, man, and stay as locked in as I possibly can. You know, just trying to stay ready so I ain't got to get ready type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I can't really complain. Can't really complain.
What's like your main focus right now? Is it wrestling as the main, and then YouTube has kind of been on the side? You split.
Split is being generous because my full mental and physical whatever is all focused on wrestling right now. Obviously none of this shit exists without YouTube, but I've definitely been in a space lately where like calling it secondary sounds bad because like technically that's still my job. Like still like I said, none of this happens without YouTube. So it's always going to be like important and a priority for me. But it had to take a big backseat because of like just how deep I had to dive in like right off the bat. And I've already kind of been in a place where you know, in the genre that we do and what we do, like it can be a little repetitive.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It can be a little frustrating. And I kind of found myself at a point where I'm like, if it doesn't make me happy, I don't want to do it. Like, yeah, I'm still gonna make content. I'm always gonna make content. I don't, like if you could sign me to whoever, wherever. Like I'll probably be on YouTube till I'm not here anymore. But as far as it being my number one thing, like it can right now. If I want to make this wrestling shit as big as I want to make it and fucking get to the places where we all want to get, it has to be number one, or else like it's not gonna come to fruition. I fully believe that putting your entire energy into something that you want to do is number one above all as far as succeeding in it. So while there will always be YouTube there, I have to make videos, right? I gotta keep the lights on.
Right.
Like independent wrestling, not the highest paying gig in the world.
No, it's not.
It's really not. So in the meantime, I'm trying to do as much as I can on YouTube, but still everything in my head is wrestling right now. Just try to get as good as I can be, as big as I can be, as strong as I can be, and just try to make that happen. So that's number one. That's where I'm at.
So you're about what, over a year in?
It was a year, like a couple days ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I made my debut November 12th, 2023. So yeah, just over a year.
What's your favorite moment so far?
Shit. My favorite moment. Oh man. I mean, there's a couple. I think the realization when I split my arm open, and there was a moment in the match. I remember like watching it back and even talking to the guys too. The guys were like, "This was so fucking good." Like there was a moment, I guess, where like, and I don't remember this. I like looked down at it, and then like looked at the crowd and like I guess I had like a look on my face, and the crowd just fucking like lost it. And like that was the first moment where I felt like a wrestler. I was like, oh shit, I got him. Like I got him in this moment. So I think that's important to me because, like I said, that's the first time like I felt like there is, and I don't know if you've experienced this or either of you have, but there's a little bit of time when you first start where you kind of feel like you're cosplaying a wrestler. You know, like when I first I'm Chris Danger, I'm coming out and I'm a manager and blah blah all this stuff. It felt like I was cosplaying for a little bit. Even when I first started training, I still felt like a YouTuber that's getting trained. And I feel, and like, again, I don't know if this is just how my brain works or you kind of feel the same way, but there is a serious mental switch that has to go off for you to be a wrestler. You know, there's a certain way you look at shit and think about shit and approach wrestling. Like I don't watch wrestling the same way that I used to. I can't. Like my mind is I'm looking for things and I'm studying and I'm like, it's not, I don't sit back and go, oh, this is a nice match, this is a great match. Like I'm like, oh, what is it? It's like, it's a completely different change of personality for the most part. So when I finally had that moment where like, shit, I actually feel like this might be, that was the first moment where I was like, this might be for real. Like, because I went into that match being like, this might be my only match. I don't know if I'm going to do more after this. Maybe I'll get off this and I will hate it. I'll be like, holy shit, that's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I never want to do it again. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but I wanted to do it immediately right away again. Yeah. And I would say this, my second favorite moment is pinning Tyler Breeze, because that was pretty sick. Getting my first win, especially over somebody like Breeze, who was literally my mentor, and was the first person I talked to when I said that I wanted to do this. He's the first person I called up. I was like, you know, hey, this is gonna sound weird, man, but I think I want to start training and just kind of. And he immediately was like, let's go, come down, let's do it. I'm like, I'm probably gonna bring a camera. Come on, let's go, like fucking whatever. And everybody there kind of thought that it was just for documentary purposes at first. But then when we were there for a couple weeks, I think people started to realize like, oh, he's trying to do this shit for real.
Because you stayed in Florida for a few weeks.
Yeah, I was there.
Right?
I was there for over a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
There every day during the week we were there, and again, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but genuinely the most rewarding because it started this whole whatever the fuck I'm doing now. Like has been a complete just snowball. So I'm grateful to Breeze for making sure that happened as safely and as organized as possible, I guess you could say. You know.
No, I feel you about not being able to watch wrestling the same way.
It's different. It's so different. You're looking like I'm looking for, not looking for like anybody to mess up or whatever, but just like how people transition in between things, the speed that they're going, you know, oh, that went into that, and that's, oh, that shit, that looks cool. I'm gonna remember that for something. Like, it's literally you're studying. Like, you're not, it sounds so shitty to say, like, I don't enjoy watching wrestling anymore because I love wrestling, don't get me wrong, but I don't enjoy watching it. If it sounds like backwards to say, you know what I'm saying? It sounds fucking ass backwards to say. But it's hard for me to watch it like a fan. It's hard for me to watch it like a fan. And that might sound like a fucking, you know, like my head is in the clouds or some shit, but like that's like I can't watch it like that.
No, I feel like once you like dip your toe into the wrestling world, like for real, your whole outlook gets kind of changed.
Absolutely.
On everything.
Once you realize what that first bump feels like, and then if you decide to stick with it, because that's where most people stop. Most people stop after like the first or second day of training because they're like, this is too much. If you have done that, if you've been to training and you're like, after 1 or 2 days, you're like, this is not for me, do not feel bad about that at all, bro. Because this is not for everybody.
It's hard.
It is the hardest shit I've ever done in my life, period. But again, the most fucking rewarding. Like I feel like the changes too that I've been forced to make in my life have all been positive changes. I'm eating healthier. I'm in better shape. I feel better all the time, aside from being sore from being in the ring or whatever. But like all of the changes that have come with it have been super positive. So from that regard, it's been the best decision I've ever made. You know. Yeah. Well, you gotta look on you.
I like to hear that. I just like to hear because I mean it's the same shit I went through. I mean it's the same mentality. It's hard to escape that.
Yeah. You've been doing it for how long?
Since 2019.
Oh wow.
5
okay.
years.
Damn, 5 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
5 years. Yeah.
Wow. Where did you first start?
I started in Dayton, so like I
Okay.
found a school in Dayton, and I just I stuck with it. It was just one of those things where I was so new to wrestling to where it was like I always watched it my entire life, but when I went in, I didn't know what a face was, I didn't know what a heel was, I didn't know any of the terminology. So when they're like asking questions, I'm like, what are they fucking talking about? I'm like, what the fuck's a fit? What is that? Like I didn't know any slang, and once I found out what it was, I got invested, and then my investment turned into the same problem you have.
Yeah.
So when we go to events, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. However, it's like when I watch matches, I watch it so different.
Oh my God.
I'm like, fuck.
I hate going to shows now. I hate being in the crowd shows.
Why?
From the standpoint of like, it's weird. I'm like, if I'm not on the show, I don't want to fucking be here. It's so, like,
No,
it's
no,
so, and
it's
I'm
valid.
like, I feel so shitty saying that, but like, I don't want to fucking sit in the audience. Like, I sat in the audience my whole fucking life, and now
fair.
I made that decision that I want to be on the other side. So now. Those moments, but like the good thing is like I get to choose which like I'm gonna be at your fucking match. Obviously, I'm still gonna go to WWE shows every now and then. The 2K stuff pops up or whatever. Like I'm still gonna go. I just went to NXT a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that's because Javon was fighting, and he was fighting Randy Orton. I'm like, okay, I want to like. So certain shit is gonna bring me out. But yeah, it's hard to be. It's hard to be at shows. I'm also grateful for the fact that, and I'm sure y'all feel this too. Like that's the place where you get recognized the most.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The amount. Bro, at the NXT show, because this is a smaller venue. Like, you remember how crazy WrestleMania was?
Oh, yeah.
With all the
Yeah.
fucking people we
Oh,
had.
man.
It was unbelievable. That's a massive arena with, 100,000 people, whatever.
Absolutely.
In this tiny little NXT venue, I fucking walk out the door to leave, and bro, like, there is a line. Like, there is a line of people, and I'm just like, this is fucking incredible. Like, this is like all these people. Randy Orton is here. You're here to see all these people, but like, you want to take a picture with me? Like, that's the sickest thing in the world, and I will never fucking take that for granted. But that makes me feel like I can't even describe that feeling.
No,
I
it's
cannot describe
surreal.
it.
It's
Bro,
the
I've been watching
coolest
you
shit.
since blah blah blah, and I'm so like I tear up sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I'll have to
No.
like literally like hold it in and be like, "Thank you, man. Like I appreciate that. Can we take a picture?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, take a picture." Like it's.
I bet you
no
can't
better
say
feeling.
no.
No better feeling. I would never say no.
Yeah.
I would never say no. Like unless I was literally taking a shit and someone's like knocking on the door. Chris, that's all. Hey, get the fuck out! Like no.
Yeah.
Hey, wipe your ass, bro. Come on. take this
Yeah,
picture.
wipe faster, brother. Why you wiping 40 times? Bro, it's not going away. No, that's like I would never say no. So anybody wants to pick, come say what's up.
No, I've always found it strange, like the ones that do approach you in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know,
I've fortunately I've never gotten a person in the bathroom.
I had this one little kid like approached me in the bathroom one time, and fucking like I guess like I don't know if it was his brother or his dad or whatever, but yeah, he was just like looking at me all weird and shit, like in the bathroom taking a picture with some kid at a show.
Why are you talking to this grown man in the bathroom, bro?
Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah, I've not had a bathroom experience yet. Luckily, though, I'm sure it's coming though.
I had a bathroom
Oh
experience.
yeah, it's on the way.
What is this? I also try to avoid public bathrooms like as much as fucking possible.
So somebody gonna pull up next to you at the urinal. They be
Oh
like, "Yo,
my God, bro.
picture,
Dude, Danger, what you working with? What you working with?
picture."
I was at a concert one time, and that's where I got recognized. Not even a wrestling show. It was in the bathroom, and
Oh, shit.
they started talking about like the jewelry I was wearing. So I thought like they were trying to do something stupid.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, oh shit. And then like I turn around, he's like, dude, such a big fan. Can we get a picture? I was
That's
like,
dope.
yeah, we gotta step
Was
outside.
that Drake?
Yeah, it was a Drake concert.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then, there's another time in the bathroom we were both at the urinal and there's like a little ass kid waiting on your shit. He was like waiting.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was,
I
he
do
was like
remember that.
standing there like while Brandon's like pissing dick in hand. and he's like, yeah, like Brandon was like very nice about it, but it was
That's
just
so
like,
sick.
yeah, I was like, I'm so glad
that's
it's not me.
that borderline where like
He's just waiting for you to
like,
shake it
let's
off.
Go outside.
Dude, I guess so. On some Taylor Swift, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the kid was sweet about it, but it was just like,
What's
you could tell.
the most like out of pocket place you've ever gotten recognized at?
out of pocket. Oh man.
Kroger.
Kroger?
Kroger.
What happened
with
to-
Jess?
Well,
we,
what happened at
we,
Kroger?
we turned down the frozen section.
Oh,
and like a
Grocery
grocery
store.
store.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
This
yeah.
was somewhat recent, right?
Yeah. This was like maybe a couple months ago, maybe. Like I turned down this aisle and this kid's like in one of the carts, you know, just like goofing off or whatever. And he like looks at me, but the way he looked at me is like he like knew me, but I just kept walking. I keep it pushing in public, like at those type of venues, like you know whatever. We just keep moving. So like I'm down there and Jess is behind me and she's like, hey babe, like I think that kid recognized you. So I'm like
staring at you crazy.
I'm
He wants
like,
to fight you.
well, no, 'cause, like the moment I turn the moment I turn the corner, like dude, we locked eyes and
Yeah.
shit, and like so he comes up to me, like we're looking at the juice and like in like one of the like cooler sections and or whatever, and he comes up to me and he goes, hey, are you wearing Matthews? And I love that. I love that. I love getting that the most right there. Like you know,
That's so
no,
sick.
none of that simply bullshit.
Are you Simply? No, I'm not Simply.
Bro, I hate it.
It's not my name.
Simply better, at least. I feel like that would be better than just Simply.
Yeah, just, or AM. I've been trying to push that for years, but
True.
you know, shit.
I would say I think maybe the weirdest one for me, I had to take Michelle to the hospital for something. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was just like we had to go like get something done, and we like valeted the car. So like we're coming back out of the hospital, and this guy pulls up in the car and gets out and goes to hand me my key and puts the key in my hand, but is still holding it and is just staring at me.
Yo.
And I'm like, can I have my key? He's like, are you Chris? I was like, yeah. And he's like he completely like because it was a big stocky dude, probably like older than everybody here. Like, so I was like, oh, he either I did something wrong and he's mad at me or like whatever. But he was like completely broke out. He's like, bro, I've been watching you forever, yada yada, this and that. And I was completely thrown off guard because I was like, this is the last place I expected to fucking talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But the 3 seconds of like, I'm like, oh, I might have to fight somebody. Like, I don't know what's going on. So that was one of the weirdest ones for sure.
To answer your question, I think mine was the first ever time I got recognized. I was leaving SmackDown, so the arena made sense, but I had never been recognized until that moment.
Sure.
So like I got in my car and he like comes up to the window and is knocking on my window.
Shit.
I'm
That's
like,
too much.
Yeah. I had my mom and Bree with me, so like we were all together. So we're all like spooked.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, I was about to roll the window down. She's like, "Do not roll the window down." I was like, "I don't know how to describe it, but I don't have a bad feeling about it."
Sure, yeah.
And he was young. Like I think he was like a year or two younger than me. I was like, I don't have a bad feeling about it. I rolled down the window. He's like, "Can we please get a picture?"
That's so funny.
But it scared me for a second.
No,
though. I'm like,
yeah, sure.
Don't knock on the window.
Okay, let me based on you saying that, let me slightly retract what I said before about I will never say no. If I'm with my family, I might say no.
Fair.
But only because I don't get to see them a lot. But again, this is I'm not John Cena walking out and everybody like everybody in the streets running. Like it's not like that. But yeah, I'm very protective of my mom and my sis and Michelle. So that would be the only situation where stuff might get awkward. But if I'm like if I'm just chilling somewhere, I don't care. Please come up to me and let's talk. You know.
Yeah.
But again, grateful for the fact that anybody even wants to come talk to my dumbass. So
That's awesome.
as long as that continues on, I will gladly continue to take pictures with whoever.
Yeah. What's like been the most challenging thing about wrestling so far for you?
The conditioning, just the conditioning that's required for it. Because again, as everybody can relate to here, I was sitting on my ass for 7 years straight making videos every fucking day. I wasn't working out. I was sitting on ass making videos. And I stood up one day and said, "Hey, I want to fucking wrestle." Like, and that's a recipe for getting your ass whooped pretty easy and seeing that like, oh, you got a long way to go. So I remember those first couple weeks at Flatbacks, bro. I was dry heaving and I was fucking out of it because it's not just cardio. It's so like trying to describe the conditioning that's required to someone who doesn't do it. They probably think, oh, you guys just like run really fast, so you just gotta like do some sprints during the week and you'll be fine. It's like, bro, I wish that's all I had to do. The cardio that you need to lock into to be able to do this shit is athlete cardio. You have to be an athlete. There's no getting around it. You see someone that's 400 pounds and whatever, you probably think, oh, this dude, like, whatever, he's out of No. That dude could probably run circles around you because the cardiovascular conditioning that's required to do this is beyond normal human range, you know? So that's been the toughest part for me is just making sure that I'm in shape to do that. And two, and again, like I've always been a smaller dude. I was telling you earlier, like my whole family's been skinny. Like my whole family is stick thin. I don't have a single fat person like in my whole blood. So like my genetics are to be skinny as fuck. So that too, trying to build up the look to feel on par with these other people that I'm on shows with has also been very difficult, because I'll go on the internet and I don't want to get too much into this, but I'll see someone talking shit about like Cole or something. And I'd like, first of all, the nicest dude on the whole fucking planet.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand how much it takes for me to not like quote tweet and just rip you to fucking shreds for like for talking shit about Adam Cole. But like I might be this much bigger than him, if that, you know, like we're damn near exactly the same size. So that's always in my head too, of like, well, fuck, like the more eyes I have on me, the better I need to look. And that's been a struggle because, like I said, I've always been super skinny. So the eating changed. Not only the amount, but what I'm eating had to completely change. My whole lifestyle changed literally completely from top to bottom. So going from literally living one way of life, which was ordering fucking DoorDash for 3 times a day, barely cooking anything at home, not working out, just sitting on ass making YouTube videos, haha, joking, whatever. And now training multiple times a week, lifting multiple times a week, food is completely different, lifestyle is completely different. But like, again, these are all positive changes. So again, as difficult as it's been, can I really sit here and complain? But I do know that those two things, the how I look and how long can I go for, are the two big things that I'm locked in on right now. And hopefully they just continue to get better and better. That's what I'm grinding for. So if they don't, then what the fuck am I doing? Just banging my head against the wall.
What's the best piece of advice you've gotten so far in wrestling?
The best and the worst piece of advice, because I hate hearing it. I fucking hate it so much. Have fun. I fucking hate hearing that. Because, like, yes, you should have fun at what you're doing. But, like, I'm stepping into this ring, and I got to fight this other grown-ass man. How do I say this without... Remember certain things that I am planning on doing in that match, hoping that I can keep up with whatever the other person decides to do in the match until the winner is decided. Like, that's a whole animal in and of itself. So I'm not thinking when I walk out to the ring, how much fun am I going to have today? And I know it's more from a sense of like, have fun as in like, remember why you're doing this type of thing. And I guess that's probably the base of the advice. It's like, remember why you're doing this. You're doing this because you love wrestling. Yeah. I'm doing this because I love performing. I love wrestling. Connecting with a crowd like that. That's all I've ever wanted to do since I was a kid. That's why I started doing backup dancing when I was in high school, and then music group and solo music stuff, and then YouTube, and then wrestling. Everything has been based on the foundation of like, I just want to entertain. Like I want to be in front of a crowd, connect with that crowd, and have them forget about the bullshit that they've been going through in their own lives. You know, as cringe and corny as that sounds, that's my basis of why I do this. Like I love to perform. So I guess remembering why you do it is probably the best piece of advice so far. Also, tuck your chin. And, that's also a good one. Get a hand up. You know, just the little stuff to remember. But God, anybody tells me, go out there and have fun. Fuck you, have fun. This is not fun. I just sweat my ass off. I passed out on the floor after the match. Fun. This is fun.
Getting my ass beat out there.
But yeah, I got my ass whooped by fucking the workhorseman match when I got the shit beat out of me.
Was that fun?
No, you think I had fun? Anthony Henry fucking kicking my fibula out of place, and the fucking JD Drake tossing me around like I'm a child. Yeah, tons of fun. But like looking back, I'm like, I did enjoy doing that. Like, and all of that is super enjoyable to do, but maybe we just have a different definition of fun.
You've performed in front of crowds like a lot throughout your life.
Oh yeah,
you know, Odyssey and stuff like that. How is it different performing in front of like a crowd that's there to hear you sing versus wrestle?
A crowd that's there to hear you sing or just perform in general, I feel like is a lot a lot more forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because like you don't really have a lot when you're performing in front of a crowd, especially if it's like if it's a decent sized crowd. Like you never have a lot of room for error if you want to be looked at as a good performer. You know, you have to have your shit in order. If I mess up choreography for an Odyssey show, the recovery for me to get right back into it is probably barely noticeable. That's not the same in wrestling. When it's two guys and you're watching the way that their bodies are interacting with one another, there's even less room for error before something becomes glaringly obvious, you know? So not to say that it's like easier to be a singer or like a stage performer like that, but much less pressure. I feel like I remember going out. That was fun when it was Odyssey and we're hyping up and we're getting ready to go out. We're singing our shit. We're fucking and like that was fun.
Yeah.
Because no one's trying to beat me up. No one's gonna kick my ass. I'm not gonna come out bleeding or anything like that. It's gonna be a show. People either like it or they don't, and then we go back. So much more pressure with wrestling because I'm out there with my half my clothes off. You know, just that in of itself is already what's the word?
Vulnerable.
Yeah, you're super vulnerable when you're wrestling. Super fucking vulnerable.
Half naked.
Yeah, like and like I wear tights, so like obviously it's only my shirt off. But again, someone like me who has had body dysmorphia issues my whole life because I know I've just been skinny and scrawny. That was hard. I wrestled my first couple matches with a shirt on while I'm still like, and I still don't even feel like I'm in a good place to like. I'm opening up crazy here. I still feel like I got a long way to go in that regard. But I've been, I don't want to say instructed. I've been recommended to wrestle with my shirt off because you'll never get me to believe it. But when people around me say, you look so much better than you did a year ago, blah, blah, like you're bigger, blah, blah, like I'll say like, oh, thank you so much. I don't fucking believe you. Like I'll take that and I'll accept it. And I appreciate you saying that. I don't fucking believe you. I will always probably feel like that 140-pound kid that couldn't lift a damn thing. So just that in that regard, the vulnerability of like, here's me. It's it's hard. It's not fucking easy. I do miss the music performing days though, I will say. That shit was fun.
Do you still talk to any of your former bandmates?
Yeah. We Ray, which is one of music, was at my debut match. We still talk a decent. The amount of times we talked over the years about like, what if we just got back to do like a song or something has always happened like on and off over the years. It never actually came to fruition though. But yeah, those guys I will always like consider those guys like my brothers. Like we obviously don't talk as much as we used to, but we were together every day for like 6 years straight, like rehearsing in the studio, performing, planning out shit. It was every day. And we got to do some really cool shit. Fucking America's Got Talent.
That's insane.
Opened for Boys to Men. We opened for Flo Rida. We opened for Khalees. We did some really, really great shit. But boy band in 2009, 2010, boy bands weren't really popping around that time. So we kind of had like this ceiling, I felt like. And I was kind of at a point where I kind of felt like we had gone as far as we could go. And I was the first one to decide, like, I think like I kind of want to move to different things. I started doing like some solo music stuff. And then YouTube happened, and then blah, blah. Like, I feel like I lived 2 lifetimes before I even started YouTube, which is crazy because I feel like I've talked about it quite a bit on the channel, but like not everybody knows that. I think a lot of people just think like, oh, he just started as a YouTuber. It's like, bro, I wish. Like, all this fucking shit I went through beforehand. But it all has been pushing me forward. The stuff that I learned, because bro, there was one summer, I'm trying to remember what year. I can't remember what year. There was a summer where we got signed to do 3 shows a day, 5 days a week for a whole summer. This was at Six Flags. So we were like a Six Flags like featured performer. We had our own stage and like people could come and just like watch us perform. When I tell you like I left there feeling like I could do anything. I could perform in front of 5 people. I could perform in front of 50,000 people. Like, get it, having that consistency of performing. Like, that became second nature to me. So that was so huge in everything that I do now, because without that experience, I would have started probably at the bottom with, like, as most people do. I felt like I had such a heads up because I had this live performing experience. And obviously the group, we didn't win Grammys or anything or whatever. But again, the experience that I got for that was unbelievably valuable. And I still use it to this day.
Yeah.
So it was a great time. Definitely a great time.
Do you want to be a heel or a face?
What are those words? I don't know what those words So when I started, I was a little bit more of a piece of shit, because I felt like I had to come in with a chip on my shoulder so that people would take me seriously. Even just as a manager, I felt like, okay, everybody's going to be looking down on me. Everybody's going to say, oh, this fucking YouTube guy sneaking into wrestling, thinking he can do whatever. Like, that's what I thought. I first thought everyone was going to be thinking about me. I thought everybody was going to hate me right off the bat. So I was like, I'll fucking play into that. That's fine. Fuck you too. I'm the fucking man. Look at my views. Look at my numbers. You know who the fuck I am? Everybody fucking here knows who I am. Blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada. So like that, I came out the gate swinging.
You even brought the plaque out, Wendy.
I brought the plaque out. I smacked Anthony Henry over the head with the plaque. We tied in a lot of that shitty influencer stuff. As time went on and it became time to transition into the in-ring stuff, like when I made that decision, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this without the support of my people who have actually rode with me this whole time. So, like, I did that promo. I did the promo at DPW right after the Reality lost the tag titles. We were like tag champs for a year. Like, no one beat the Reality. We would escape doing bullshit. Every match we would end up winning, and it's usually because I did something shitty to make sure that we won. But then they dropped the titles, so that shit is over. And then I'm thinking about this transition. I'm just like, okay, this promo, everybody fucking hates me. How do I get them to not hate me? So I kind of went out there, and I didn't really plan what I was gonna say. I knew a basis of what I wanted to say, but I wanted to let people know that yeah, when I'm here, this is all. I'm trying to say it without saying it. Like, yeah, this is all good and all ha-has and funny and stuff, but like, this shit is real to me. I love this shit so much. I want to do this for real. And the reaction when I was like, the next time you see Chris Danger, it's not going to be to talk. It's going to be to fight. And the reaction to that was a babyface reaction to that. So I was like, okay, we're starting that transition now. And then the next time I came out and I fucking teased that I'm going to bring Adam Cole to DPW. You going to boo me now? I'm bringing Adam Cole. You want to boo me? So that solidified, I think, the babyface thing when I did that first Adam Cole promo where I think I just said "baby" at like the end of the promo or whatever. That kind of solidified it, and then from there I've just been riding out as a man who loves the support of the people, because I do, and I'm nothing without it.
Yeah.
As far as which one I prefer, I don't give a shit. As long as I'm doing something I enjoy, I don't give a shit.
As long as we're not quiet.
Yeah. If I can talk and if I can do whatever, I don't care. Give me whoever. Tell me what story you want told, and I'll get it done.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Speaking of Cole, what was your reaction when he broke his ankle? Because you had that match lined up,
bro.
It was what like a couple weeks.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks.
Like a couple weeks out.
Yeah. Just pure heartbreak. Just agony. Like, obviously, as he's a friend of mine, my first concern was like for him, right. Oh, are you okay? Are you ever gonna be able to fucking? But once I found out, once I knew he was okay, then I started to worry about myself a little bit. I was like, fuck, man. And now we're scrambling now because we're like, okay, we booked a whole show around this match. We actually never released the fucking match graphic of me and Adam Cole. We never released it because he got injured. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The show was going to be named something different. Like, it was really, we were locked in, and all of a sudden we not locked in anymore. So we're fucking scrambling. And then I find out the day of the show that it's Sean Spears. I had no idea it was going to be Sean Spears. It's amazing. Crazy open challenge. And I mean, I can't fucking complain because Spears locked in and I love him to death. And I think he's one of the most underrated dudes, period, in wrestling. One of the most solid, reliable, dependable, smart dudes, plus a coach. So that fact too, that like with Adam Cole being my first ever match, I was talking to you about this last night, like, or maybe all of you. I think we were all talking about this. Like anything could have happened. I don't know what would have happened in the Adam Cole match. I don't know at that point what that match would look. I have a much better idea now because now I know kind of what my capabilities are so far, where I'm at, et cetera. I don't know what that first match, it might have sucked. It might have been trash. I might have just not been able to keep up with what Cole maybe wanted to do. But the fact that it was Spears, and I am his student, I felt like he's going to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what happens in this match, I'm not going to look like shit by the end of it. Because he knows that I trust him. He has vested interest in me, obviously, as his student. He's not going to want me to look like I don't know what I'm doing because that makes fucking him look bad. So I think like for it changing into what it had to change to, I think it was like best case scenario for what actually ended up happening.
Yeah.
So heartbroken in the moment for sure, but looking back, like it might have been meant to happen.
Yeah, no, for real, because that did kind of send you on a certain way, and then
It did.
The shit with the arm.
Yeah.
I feel I felt like that gave me damn near instant credibility too. Because like as soon as I got to the back, everybody's fucking swarming me. They're like, "Oh my god, are you fucking okay?" Blah blah. But everybody's just like giving me props for like you stuck it out. Like you could have, and no one would have said anything, but you could have stopped right there and been like, "No, we got to get this taken care of now." But I wrestled the back half of the match with a hole in my arm, and I got a lot of like credit for that.
Yeah. And you were still moving around too. It's not like right after the match you're like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Like he was ready to do like promos. He's taking pictures, like telling people he's okay.
They're like, "Oh, we got to rush you to the ER," and I'm like, "Bro, I got to do my post match. Like, what are you talking
Chris
about?"
did not want to get out.
Like,
of
I got to
that.
fucking do my post match promo. Get the fuck out of here. So I did the post match, and then we went to the ER. But yeah, like a weirdly best case scenario way of it working out. So I really, again, one of those things I can't complain. I can't fucking complain.
It had to be bittersweet because I mean the match with Spears was I really liked that match. I think it had such a natural built story in it already, you know, with mentor and student.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like it almost makes me more excited for the Adam Cole match since it didn't happen.
Sure.
It's like that was always going to be the first. So when it eventually does happen, whenever that is, everybody's going to be right back being locked in.
And I guess I will take this opportunity to say, which I haven't said directly, I've said it a couple times, but the Adam Cole Chris Danger match is still happening.
Let's go.
Like, that is 1,000%.
Let's go.
Okay.
Giving us the scoops.
When can we? Can we get an
I don't think I
exclusive?
can. I don't think I can.
No, I'll play.
I don't think I can lock in the date yet, just because obviously we gotta work around his schedule because for obvious reasons. But it is 100% happening, and when it does, it's gonna be unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
DPW, of course, right?
Oh yeah, it's going down to DPW for sure.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Dude, that's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be unbelievable. And again, yeah, you might be right. Maybe it's the best case scenario that it didn't happen right off the bat, and we get to build up to it now. But man, I can't fucking wait for that. I cannot wait for that.
Dude, that's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be so nuts. Just the fact too that like how open he was to, because he doesn't do indie shows. So like, when was it? It was the fucking day we went to record
the AEW game,
Fight Forever.
Yes.
And he was there. There was a couple of AEW guys there. And this was not too long after I said like, oh, I want to have my first match and blah blah, and like we were all trying to figure out how and why and what makes sense and yada yada. So we were like, me and the guys were joking one day. We were like, what about Chugs? And we're all like, oh shit, that would be like. We're like, do you think he would do it? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'll ask him, like, because like I've known him for a little bit. I feel comfortable. Just if he says no, he says no, whatever, bro. I walked up to this dude. I'm like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And it was like we walk on the other side of the room, and I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be making my debut match. I'm making my debut in wrestling pretty soon. His eyes lit up. He was like, oh, that's so cool, blah blah whatever. And I'm like, I've been trying to figure out like who the first person should be, because I'm like, because you know me, I'm like, oh, I want it to be this grand. It's got to be this grand fucking thing. Just because I'm a piece of shit. And I was like, I would love for you to be my first opponent. I was like, just obviously, like as your friend, I would love to work with you, but also like as a fan of yours. Like I've been watching you for a long time. I watched you I was front row in Ring of Honor, you know, cheering you on years and years ago. And I think it would be like just such an insane moment. And I just see his smile is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. He's like, it would be my honor to be your first match. That's awesome. And I was like,
what a guy.
For real.
I was like, what'd you say? I was like, he said, what? So he was like so hype about it. And I was just blown away. I was like, wow. I was like, thank you. He's like, yeah, like let's figure it out. Let's like get a date together, and then like so he was just immediately on board. And I was so grateful for that, because that's like, you ain't got to do that. You could have easily just said, no, bro, like I'm like, good luck, but I'm on fucking TV. Like I can't be doing these indies and somebody's first match whose first match is good, you know? Mm-hmm. Name someone whose first match was good. Can you? As far as I've never wrestled in front of people before anywhere. Yeah. Usually that first match is in front of 5 people for not a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So my dumbass was just making it the most high pressure situation that I possibly could. But to me, that's what Chris Danger is. That's what he represents, is that like this fucking guy just from a video game that made all these fake crazy storylines in this game and stuff. That's continuing here. You think I'm gonna flip that and like go against everything that the character was built on? And I'm sure that turns a lot of people off. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that people are like, why the fuck does he get to fight Adam Cole and Speedball Mike Bailey in his first year, and Tyler Breeze and Sean Speed? Like, I am sure there are people who are not happy with me based off of that. But the people that I can't worry about those people. I have to worry about the people that know and the people that get it. Mm-hmm. It's either you get it or you don't. If you don't, that's fine. That's cool. I get it. People don't like influencers, whatever, coming in. But this isn't like I'm an influencer from, I don't want to make it sound like I'm talking shit, but like Logan, for example. Mm-hmm. Probably the closest example to, as far as doing what we do, transitioning from influencer to wrestler. He came in, no wrestling, never heard him talk about wrestling in his life. I don't know if he's ever named his top 3 favorite wrestlers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like completely out of the blue. So I've always felt like if I can, the people who don't like this idea or don't like me, as long as I can get you to understand the fact that like I'm here because I fucking love this. That's it. I ain't gonna have no fucking energy drink. I ain't trying to, make a co-brand and bring my other brands up and fucking build this and build that. I want to fucking make some really great shit happen in wrestling. Make some really great moments happen in wrestling. What's a fucking cooler moment than if someone watched me on YouTube fighting Adam Cole in WWE 2K and now we're fucking doing it in real life? Like, to me, and maybe I'm up my fucking own ass with this, but I think that's a really cool story. Yeah. I think that's a really fucking cool story. And again, there will always be people that don't fuck with it and say like whatever, fucking you're just, I don't want to see no fucking YouTuber fight. Cool. By all means, go watch whatever else you want to watch. But I believe that the Chris Danger stuff, like, I feel like I'm doing it the right way, and people might not agree with that because this is a very big pay your dues business and stuff like that. Pay your dues doesn't have to mean wrestle in front of 5 people for $5. That doesn't need to be what pay your dues means. Pay your dues can mean work your fucking ass off in the ring. Be at training all the time. If you do get bookings, take them. Listen to the people who have been in the business longer than you. Respect the business that you're getting into. Respect the workers. Like, that's fucking paying your dues. The fact, if someone doesn't like me because I didn't wrestle 3 matches in front of 8 people, that's not my problem. Mm-hmm. Right. I feel like the way that I've paid my dues, yes, is way fucking different than the indie wrestlers who came up 10, 15 years ago. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm not stupid to think that. The only reason that this is working right now is because of the time we live in. This wouldn't have worked 15 years ago. This wouldn't have worked 10 years ago.
Right.
So it's just a matter of like trying to stay locked into that and believing in what I'm doing, even when other people might not. You know?
Yeah, yeah, and the crazy thing is about the paying your dues. Like you in your first match, you lost a piece of your arm. Like I feel like there's no other way of paying it to wrestling than with your body.
Quite literally putting your body at risk. So I appreciate you saying that.
No, for real, it'd be one thing if you just like got cut and it's like, all right, I just need a bandage, or whatever. But like you said, you lost a piece of your arm.
Yeah, gash.
I think, tell me about it. I still, I'm gonna have that scar the rest of my life.
Yeah, like I think. It's one thing to not like it, but I don't think you have to respect it at the end of the day.
I hope so. I hope so. And as much as I try to be like, don't care what people think and blah blah whatever, but like there is a part of me that like I want to be respected in this. I don't want to just be looked at as you're just here for money or you're just here for clout or whatever. Like I'm good on both of those, brother. Like I'm like not but like
no, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not why the fuck I'm here. I'm here because I want to do great shit.
Yeah. Especially with the platform you have, you don't have to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were talking about this morning. We were having breakfast, and we and Brandon were like, "How the fuck did we get here? Like, how did we get to the point where I've been wrestling? You're about to make your debut match. You're wrestling. You're about to fucking start like getting back into it again. We could all just sit on ass and just talk about wrestling, and probably make more if we uploaded every single fucking day than we would doing indie work. You know, so." Just from that standpoint alone, I hope people understand that like I'm here because I want to fucking be here. Like I this is everything to me right now. When I go for something, I give it fucking everything. As solidified by the fact that I went 4 years without missing a day of uploads because of how locked in I was to YouTube.
That's
like,
insane, by the way.
Tell me about it. Yeah, the thing that like literally sent me into a fucking spiral and depression like at that time because I was like, if I stop uploading every day, people are gonna stop watching me. Like I have to upload every single day, or people are gonna stop watching. Blah blah blah. And I made myself crazy over it. But like that's the level of commitment that it takes. So that's what I'm willing to do here with wrestling. I'll put in the same time, the same hours, the same work. I'm taking the same bumps and it's doing the same drills as all your favorites are. You know, so if you don't respect that, that's on you. That's fine.
Really
keep it moving, you know?
Yeah, and also a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes.
Oh,
all they do, people just like to talk. So, you know,
which is what I thought I thought doing the documentary was going to be a cool idea too, because like not a lot of people get to see that. Like if you've watched wrestling for a long time, you understand how a lot of the behind the curtain stuff works. But like, I showed training from day one, from my first roll up until my first practice match, you know, because I wanted people to see that like this is for real. I'm not just doing this for the cameras. Like this is fucking real to me. And again, there's always going to be some people that don't like it or don't respect it. Cool beans. Enjoy, brother. Enjoy life.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
So you've had Breeze, you've had Spears. Now you're about to have Speedball. How do you prepare for a match like that?
Differently than I've prepared for my other matches. I feel like a lot of times I went into the Breeze match more, I don't want to say more focused, but I was very locked into like physically how I'm going to look. So when it's crunch time, when it's like that week and a half, 2 weeks before the match, you know, you're kind of getting that extra work in or whatever. But the extra work I was doing was a lot of lifting. I was like, I want to come in there looking as physically good as I can. With Speedball, I just got to lock into the cardio because if I don't, he's going to run circles around me. And it's cool too because there's a part of me that's like, fuck, I want to do more matches than I'm doing because they have been pretty spread out. But at the same time, it's like every match, if I do it this way, every match kind of feels special, feels important, feels big. And at the same time, I get to adjust for who I almost get to train like a boxer. Like you train for who you're fighting.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm signed somewhere and I'm showing up to TV, I could be fighting anybody every single week, multiple times a week, whatever. Not that that's bad, obviously, but doing it this way, and having the ability to like control those things is, oh my God, it's a cheat code. I'm not gonna lie, it's a cheat. Like I definitely have it a lot easier being able to do it that way than a lot of people have the ability to do. Like I understand I'm in a very fucking privileged position to be able to be like, I want to fight Sean Spears. I want to fight Tyler Breeze. I'm gonna fight the Workhorseman. Fucking Speedball. The fact that like people offer these matches to me, I'm already privileged just for the fact that I'm getting that. So I will always, try to not take that for granted. But having a situation where I get to plan for each match individually, I think is super cool because now I get a little more time to think, okay, I want this match to look different than the other match. I want this match to look different than the one. If you don't see the progression of each match, progression of me in each, I'm fucking doing something wrong. You know what I mean? So every time I come out there, I want people to say either one or both of, he's a lot fucking better than the last time I saw him, or he's a lot fucking bigger than the last time I saw him. So like, if you come at me with one of those two, I'm happy. That's my goal. But yeah, Speedball, one of the best in the world.
No doubt.
Period. One of the best in the world. I know he's been signed to TNA for a long time, and I think recently they parted ways or whatever.
Free agent.
He's going to be signed again, I'm sure, within the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I look at him as an indie wrestler just because he's everywhere at all times. He is like the backbone, I feel like, of independent wrestling. When he gets signed full-time somewhere and he doesn't do indies anymore, you're going to feel it. The indies are going to feel different because he has been a backbone. So just being able to be in there with someone like that with that fucking knowledge, bro, if it's 5 minutes and I get the shit beat out of me, I'll learn more in those 5 minutes than I have in the last 5 months.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I'm grateful. I can't fucking wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so unbelievably sick.
Yeah, you better be checking them kicks, man.
Bro, hey, get the hand up. Yeah, I'm remembering those fucking damn. Yeah, he kicks like crazy. But I'm gonna tell you what, I kick pretty fucking hard too.
That's why I talk to him.
I kick pretty fucking hard too. And you have seen I will not fucking back down from anybody. If I'm standing 2v1 against the Workhorseman, I'm standing on my 2 feet. And if you're going to take me down, you're going to have to knock my ass fucking down. There's not Chris Danger, as far as a professional wrestler, doesn't have a lot to hang his hat on right now. What do you do? Who are you? It's year one. We haven't really like even fully established that full picture yet. But one thing that I want to make sure I establish every fucking match, if you're taking me out, you're fucking working for it. You are putting, I don't care if you're Speedball Mike Bailey. I don't care if you're Tyler Breeze. You are going to have to reach so deep in your bag and push yourself to your limit to keep me down, just because I'm going to keep getting back up, even if you fucking cut a hole in my arm, even if you kick my back out of place, literally, which he did. Anthony Henry kicked my back. There was a muscle in my back that was out of place after the match.
Jeez.
I am still going to get up and fight. So if nothing else, I hope people recognize that about Chris Danger so far. Because again, if someone's like, who is Chris Danger? And I show them the handful of matches that I have, how much is really there from an offensive perspective? I don't get a ton of offense in every match. I'm going up against veterans, people have been doing this 10, 15, 20 years. So if someone kind of looks just at that body of work offensively, they might be like, okay, I mean, you got some stuff, but nothing I haven't seen before type shit. But if you watch the match, watch my faces and my connection with the crowd and my desire to tell a good story, that's what I want people to feel right now. The moves will come. The moves will come. That comes with reps. That comes with experience. I don't know if people want me like springboard moonsaulting and all this type of shit off the first match, which, yeah, would have got a lot of people to go, ooh, but like, what does that really do in the long run? A lot of people out there doing springboards and blah, blah, this and that and jumping and flying. Okay, can you lock up? Can you chain a little bit? Do you sell? Like, what? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So just from a storytelling standpoint, I feel like that's what I can bring most to a match. But again, somebody like Speedball, I'm getting kicked in the face. I either got kicked back or or lay on my ass, and I'm not gonna lay on my ass. So it's gonna be a fight.
Get you in the Taekwondo class,
bro.
You'll be all right.
You know what's crazy is that lately I've actually been seriously considering starting kickboxing on top of everything, but just to have that extra, because like for the most part, my offense is like more striking based. Like I'm not doing grapples and like, so I want those strikes to be clean, precise, look like I'm knocking your fucking head off. So I think having that like real life experience too is gonna translate really well in the ring. Have any of you taken like kickboxing or like I said taekwondo or like any shit like that? Yeah, there's one guy I train with at the Forge in St. Louis who was like, yeah, I've been kickboxing for years and it's like helped me so much with just like cardio and striking and stuff. And I was like, I think that's the next move for me.
Yeah.
As if I have an extra day in the week to do that, but I'll slide it in there somewhere. I'll find it.
Yeah, that'll be great for the cardio.
For real.
That too. Every aspect of that will be beneficial. So,
Yeah. I wish I would have started gymnastics younger.
No
Bro, for
shit.
real.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm mad at my parents every day.
Baseball and basketball as a kid, but like that was like the extent of it.
Yeah, I played the big three. It just didn't like, but
fucking
gymnastics is the one that paid off, bro. in the world I'm in now,
Yeah.
never would have thought, bro. I'm salty as hell.
Yeah, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This was not part of the plan. But I guess that's what makes it more special is because like it naturally happened. So it feels like it was meant to happen. So trying to ride with it for as long as I can.
Do you feel like a few years ago, I forgot if it was your birthday or if it was your birthday?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
When you took the bump, was that where it all started?
No. So that's a funny story, and somebody's name I have to leave out of this story.
Right.
So for one of my birthdays, Michelle called up Woods, and she was like, Chris, and I have talked about it. I was like, I've talked about it on and off before that. I was like, damn, it'd be so cool one day. What everybody says, it'd be so cool to have a match one day, just one match, blah blah whatever. So she planned out. She called. So first she hit up the Young Bucks, but they were, I guess they were busy. So Woods got up with Ryan Nemeth, and another guy who had like a place to train at, and she didn't tell me what we were doing. So she's like, we're just driving in the car. Like she packed my stuff because she didn't want me to see that she was packing shorts and training gear and whatnot. And we pull up, and Austin's there, and Ryan's there, and I see the ring behind them, and I'm just like, oh fuck, oh fuck. And I took that first. That was my very, 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 very first bump, and it fucking sucked. And I hated it. I threw up while we were doing, and we weren't even doing anything crazy. We were like running the ropes, doing a couple moves, doing some drills and stuff. And oh my God, the next day I was in agonizing pain. And Michelle was like, you don't ever want to do that again, right? And I was like, no, but maybe like something. There was something there. There was something there because I was like, yeah, I fucking hated that, but like, I would do it again. Like,
It's that what if.
yeah, I was like, I would fucking do it again. And then it kind of just like fizzled out, and I went back to business. I would say I think the catalyst for everything is DPW. The fact that them launching at the time that they launched, asking me to be a manager and be part of the show, and then being around that ring all the time and being around the wrestlers all the time and being in that environment all the time, that's when like whatever I suppressed years ago as a kid to tell myself that I'm never going to be a wrestler came back with a vengeance and said, that's what the fuck you think, dog. That's what the fuck you think, brother. And everything just snowballed from there. But yeah, that first day was agony. It was pure agony.
I remember you made a video. I think it was the next day because
Yeah.
you didn't take breaks. I think it was the next day. You had bruises
Everywhere,
all on your
bro.
arms
I looked like I got jumped and robbed in in the back alley of some fucking place. Like I looked like shit, and I felt like shit. And I look back too, and I like see how skinny and scrawny I was back then too. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time. I don't know why it took so long, but here we fucking are.
Yeah.
So.
Here we are. Everything happens for a reason.
That's what they say. That's what they do be saying.
No, that's true.
You know?
That's true. Yeah.
You got any goals that you're looking forward to hitting in wrestling? Is there anything like you're striving for? Like, I have to hit this before I'm done.
I think just the ultimate win, even from like a broader perspective, is getting Chris Danger on TV. I think is a win because like that's the full cycle story, right? That's starting on YouTube from nothing, creating this character, building it up, doing it in real life, and then getting so good to the point where now I'm being featured on TV for it. That's the full circle moment, I think. I'm going to get in trouble here. The issue is I don't love TV wrestling right now. I don't love what WWE has been doing. I don't love what AEW is doing. TNA is doing what it's doing, and it's doing it well. I mean, those are the big three. And I have been thinking about this a lot lately, and I've never said this out loud. But to me right now, I think the place that would make the most sense for Chris Danger is NXT. Because Spears, Breeze, people already look at it as the DPW to NXT pipeline. Like, people already make memes about that and joke about it. The fact that I still have a ways to go in certain areas, being in that environment, bro, you give me 2 months at the Performance Center, it's over. I genuinely believe that in my heart. You give me 2 months at the Performance Center with those coaches, with the equipment, with everything I got to do, I will give you whatever the fuck you need, and I will be that dude. I fully, genuinely believe that. So from that perspective, I think NXT would make the most sense for me right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm never meant to be on TV. Maybe that's how the story will end, that we just do some great fucking indie matches, and then that's as far as it goes. And you know what? I will still, at the end of the day, consider this to be a success, because this was never fucking supposed to happen. But I still went and worked my ass off and had the matches. I still put the work in, and, you know, I mean, you've seen the amount of eyes that we've gotten on the matches that we've done so far. Who the fuck else is doing that at this level? Anybody? Anybody got a name? Anybody got a name? Okay, cool.
I really don't.
So, and that's just, I just want people to recognize that. I don't care if it's Sean or Hunter or this guy or that guy or whatever. I just need to have a conversation. I feel like whoever it is, whatever company it is, let's sit down and have a conversation. I will tell you exactly what I will bring to the table, and you'll either want it or you won't. But by the time I'm done talking, you're going to want it. So I just need that in. And it's going to sound so shitty. And there are obviously people in my life who I could reach out to and say, hey, could you maybe drop my name here? But a lot of people in my life, I could do that. I don't want to do that. I want to, if I get in WWE one day, whatever, half people go, oh, Woods got him that. He's there because of Woods. And you can think that, whatever the fuck you want. But, like, ask Woods how many times I've asked him for favors or to put my name somewhere. 0. Just because I want this on my own merit. I want to be the one to show people that this is where I fucking belong. And the people that doubt that or aren't going to be happy about that, or just maybe think that I'm supposed to be an indie guy, whatever. And there's nothing fucking wrong with being an indie guy. Like, again, back to Speedball. I mean, he signed to TNA, but, like, Cardona, you can be on the indies, be great, make a ton of money, do what you got to do, be everywhere. He's in Australia, he's in fucking here, he's got his toy brand, he's got his podcast thing, he's doing shows all the time. I guess I would put him. I would say him similar to the vibe of what I'm doing, for the most part. Just from, like, he's an internet guy, and just, like, from that perspective, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's a hard question to answer. Let me say this too. I want to make sure that this is said. My best case scenario, even though they're not going to like this, it would be amazing if DPW got some fucking outside money, because they run everything in-house. No sponsors, no outside handouts. Everything is funded from the Deadlock podcast. They literally make the podcast, all the money that they make from the podcast, to put on DPW. And I feel like that deserves a bigger platform, because the roster is unbelievable. The show and the production they put on, I think, is amazing. And being part of that since the beginning has meant a lot to me, has been very special to me. Not just because they're my friends, but because of just because of what they built. Like, it's, again, a situation where fucking dudes that play video games and have a podcast, and now you have a fucking wrestling company. Like, all the shit like that is inspiring shit, and that's the stuff that I want to be around and be a part of. So my ideal scenario is that somebody with a lot of fucking money pays DPW, gives them a TV deal, and we get a featured, TV, even if it's on, whatever kind of station, like whatever the Tubi. I don't give a fuck, whatever. But at the same time, I know that they're gonna laugh at me when they listen back to this because they are not TV bookers or promoters. They don't want to book a TV product.
Okay.
If they did, Chris Danger would be probably featured on every single fucking show. You know what I mean? Because like, you don't do 10, 15-minute in-ring promos and segments. You don't do that on the indies. The stuff that like the TV wrestling, the sports entertainment side of the stuff that like where Chris Danger would really shine at. You really can't do that a whole lot on the indies without people going, okay, when's this 10-minute fucking promo? Like we're here to see match. Yeah, if there's story in between, that's cool. But not a lot of people, I don't think, go to indie shows to see what stories are developing. They're going to see some dope, fun action, fun, drunk Friday, Saturday night with their friends. And that's not Chris Danger's world. So the fact that we are able to piece it together in a way that works, I think, is fucking sick. So I love working with them, and I'd love to continue to work with them for as long as I can. But they know that like Chris Danger is that's a TV character, and that is my end goal, is to get that motherfucker on TV. Yeah. And I think that, again, that'll be like a full circle moment.
I think it's a great goal to have.
If and when it happens. And
Somebody give this man an opportunity.
You got to have a goal, too. Like, I started this with no goal. I said, I'm going to write this out and kind of see where it goes. But now I'm so deep in it to where, like, okay, I have to figure out what my end game is. And I've recently decided that I think it's NXT. And again, I could be fucking wrong. They might already know who I am and want nothing to do with me. Maybe they don't fucking know who I am. Don't know, don't care. All I know is Chris Danger's meant to be on TV, and we're gonna fucking get there one way or another. That's all there is.
So let's say Chris Danger gets on TV, right? I'm gonna need your top 5 opponents that you wanna be across the ring from NXT.
NXT?
Yeah.
Javon Evans.
Okay.
Of course. Me and him gonna fucking go crazy.
He's so dope, dude.
He's so good.
He's so dope.
Heard he's bouncy for real.
Boy
bouncy?
He's a bouncy boy. Pause. I mean, I gotta get my one up back on Spears.
Yep.
That's implanted story right there. Even the people that like one video package of him beating the shit out of me from the DPW show, that's all the build up that the NXT audience that doesn't know who I am yet, that's all they would need. Oh, that's his student. Oh, he beat the shit out of him one time. Oh, he's here next NXT now. Okay, that makes sense. Even though he's not wrestling, I have seen him backstage in NXT. And again, this is somebody I already fought, but Breeze being in NXT is super cool. So I definitely would want to do something with him again. Carmelo's not full-time NXT anymore, is he? You wouldn't really call. Oh, yeah, he's like full-time SmackDown now. I mean, Trick is dope. He looks like a fucking $1 million. He just has like such a great look and a great presence. So, and again, it's a lot. That's one of those like he's a lot bigger than me. So we'd have a cool like big guy, smaller guy, fucking dynamic, whatever. How many is that? How many names?
4.
NXT.
A little Rich Holland,
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. Whatever's on, it's Sean, whatever you want, Sean. I got you, brother. I got you.
So overall, like in the wrestling world, who would you want to face? Like just 5 names. Just overall.
Woods,
of course.
I feel like we have to fight before this, because a lot of this probably wouldn't happen without his friendship and guidance and support over the years. Claudio. I want to fight Claudio so bad. I mean, I see him fight like Darby Allin, who I guess is only like a little bit smaller than me, and I see him just getting like tossed around. I'm like, that's exactly what our match would look like, but like that would be a fucking sick ass match. Let me see. Woods, Claudio, bro, having that 60-second interaction with Suzuki at MLW. Oh my God, bro. I think the story that we could tell if we had a singles of just like, Chris, you fucking idiot. Like, why are you like completely in over my head? And he's like in there, like smiling as he chops the shit. Like, I think this story would just be, it was such a cool match. And having that moment with him too was like unfucking believable because that was not discussed beforehand. It all just kind of like happened in the moment. I was like, I'm getting chopped by fucking Suzuki right now. And he's opening himself up for me to chop him back. Where are we right now? There's a lot more far-fetched ones. Like Kenny Omega, I think, is just like one of the best fucking professional wrestlers on the planet. He would wrestle circles around me, but I would still love to be in there with him. I mean, shit, Speedball was definitely on that list too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys at DPW. Jake something, fucking monster of a human being. Number one.
Jake.
Also, one of the nicest fucking dudes.
I love Jake.
He's the fucking man. He's
Jake.
the man. And again, one of those like big, strong motherfuckers versus a smaller guy. Easy story to tell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, like I'm itching. I want to create some really, really cool moments for wrestling fans. So any opportunity I have to do that, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna bring it.
Oh yeah, yes you will.
One way or another.
You got anything you want to add before we close out here?
Yeah, when you come in a Revolver?
Oh shit! I mean, yeah, I got my booking emails in my Twitter bio.
All right. Well, there's a show called Vibe Check.
There is a show.
You don't have to watch Brandon wrestle.
There is a show called Vibe Check.
I mean, Aaron, you jumped the barricade.
Yeah.
If your friend's getting his ass beat by AJ Francis, I think you'd want to help.
I mean, I will say this: I'm going to be there for Brandon's debut match, just like he was there for my debut match. I will be supporting him, and if I don't like the way that Brandon's being treated, and I feel like I can do something about it, maybe I will.
Okay. That's all you have to. That's all I'd ask. Yeah, that's right. That's only in my mind, for real.
We'll see what happens.
That's right, AJ, you bald bitch. You better tread carefully.
No shit.
But I think Brandon's gonna be able to handle.
We got this.
He'll be able to handle.
Oh
think
yeah.
so, too.
Oh yeah.
He'll be able to handle his business.
Chris,
you
thank you.
about to surprise a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking talk about you're about to wrestle.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
first
It's
time
going
in an actual professional. Ding ding ding. The bell rings. This is for real now, not a practice match.
You and Francis.
AJ.
What's going on in your insides right now?
You know,
The inside's percolating.
it hasn't hit me fully yet. Like I'm definitely training for it, cardio especially. And just getting more reps in the ring.
Sure.
Like we were in there just chaining and stuff the other day, just going through the motions. The nerves hasn't hit me yet. I think that'll come on the day.
Sure, yeah.
But at the moment, I'm just really excited. I'm really locked in to studying just wrestling. Like he's been telling me to watch like a lot of Booker T for like kicks or just like Ray versus like another big guy, stuff like that.
Sure.
So I've just been really just studying those kind of things and just figuring out how I'll take down a bigger man like that. Because a lot of the moves and a lot of the things I want to do in the ring, I can't do against him.
Sure.
So I really gotta change how I think when I'm in there for it. But I'm excited. All the people I care about are going to be there. I got my mom coming in. Bree's going to be there.
That's
all you guys are going
I'll
to be
finally
there.
be there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But you'll be backstage.
Fuck you, Punta Cana. Nah, I'll be backstage, but I'll be by the monitor. I'll be in
Fuck
Gorilla.
yeah.
So if anything goes down that I don't like, I'm gonna tell Sammy, fuck that, I'm going out there.
I mean, shit. When maybe I'll leave my seat when.
That's what I'm saying,
when
bro.
it's my
Like
time.
you got
Maybe-
so much backup. It's crazy. Like
know?
we're not worried about you against AJ. We're just like we're concerned because we know what the kind of person that AJ is. Like we know what he's capable of and how far he'll be willing to push the limits. So that's why we say what we say.
Yep.
Because you're our boy, and we're gonna protect you. So that's just it.
He just better not underestimate me.
That's true.
I think that's the fun part about having a debut match. I can study his tapes all day, but he has
You
no
got no
idea what
study
I'm
on
going
you.
to do.
Yep. Bingo.
So that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to shock him, and I'm going to shock the world.
Let's fucking go.
I'm excited. I just like the thing I want to take away from all this, especially like. By the way, thank you for opening up and giving us your time.
Yeah, for real.
Absolutely.
The thing I want to like everyone watching this to take away from is just just remember this, because I have a really good feeling about what we're going to do for the independent wrestling scene. I have a feeling that every single one in this room is going to take over, and we're going to do something special. Because I feel like, the independent scene sometimes gets stale and doesn't have certain things happen or certain moments haven't happened yet. And I feel like we can definitely do something. And I truly, truly believe it.
Absolutely. Like we're privileged in the fact that we come in with audiences behind us already. Not a lot of people. You can probably count on one hand the amount of people that come into wrestling with a built-in audience already. And being able to bring that to the independent scene and shine lights on, like, God, there's some dudes that I've been on shows with that I had never heard of before the day I was on the show with them, and now they're Jake something. I didn't really know a lot about Jake before I started in DPW. Now he's one of my favorite fucking wrestlers in the world. Yeah. So being part of these places and being able to shine lights on stuff like that, I agree, like, absolutely is going to be fucking huge. Yeah. It already has been huge, and it's going to continue to be so with you joining in and everybody just, like, working toward a common goal. It's the indies are hot, and they're going to continue to be hot, whether people want to admit it or not. And we are going to have a big hand in making that happen.
I agree.
When I say us, I mean those of us who love wrestling and just decided to make something of it. Everybody in this room, the Deadlock guys, everybody that like used their platform to create something special in wrestling. And people are going to see that, and they're going to fucking like it.
Yeah.
And I'll say this
You're
before
gonna fucking like it.
I'll say this before we go. My end-all be-all goal was professional wrestler. I was a professional wrestler turned influencer. That like I was like one of the
You flipped it.
Yeah.
Yes. I was my whole thing.
Flash.
Yeah, exactly. So like everyone in this room like had a platform. Okay, wrestling. It was me wrestling. Oh, y'all boys showed up to the school. I started to dabble in it. So like that's how so I didn't have an audience. I was in the shindy, like you were talking about. I was in front of 5 people for years, and I didn't have I got some pats on the back and shit. But the people that hate on content creators turn wrestling like is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I get why they hate, but at the same time, you understand like how good it is, how beneficial it is to have people like Chris, have people like Brandon, like Aaron, Jared, like all these people to come in. Unless you want to hate on Logan, bro, like the eyes that they're putting on is unreal. Yep. Like just giving everybody a platform and bringing way more audience to just independent wrestling in general is just so big. It's so crucial. So just stop hating. Like it's just like you can never stop hate, but you just gotta learn to deal with it. I mean, at the end of the day, like we're just gonna be here. We're gonna keep making noise, and whether you like it or not, like we're trying to benefit professional wrestling at the end of the day. So, and because we fucking love it.
And also like what you said, you kind of had like a little reversal wrestler, content creator. For me, I started. I didn't start as a content creator. I started.
Yeah, you did.
I started training. I started as wanting to just go after wrestling. Wrestling was always my plan A. I fell into this. Like I fell into live streaming right off of the Xbox directly on Twitch. Like a little bit after I got hurt training. Sure. Like I dislocated my shoulder. Right, so like I was out, took a year off, came back. Some stuff happened that I didn't like, so I just left. And then we met Brent. So but for me, I kind of fell into it. I've been plagued with injuries out the ass. Sure. I tore my ACL taking a fucking gut wrench suplex. I'm gonna get my get back. It's only a matter of time. Fuck yeah. And man, I'm just happy to do it. I'm happy to do it with y'all. I know we don't really talk too much like about we don't really get too deep or anything, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you guys. You know what I mean?
Likewise, brother.
Likewise, for sure.
Bro, when I came here and I saw this fucking facility legit that you guys have here to do your content in, to fucking train in the I'm legitimately proud of you guys. Like obviously I'm a little bit older than everybody, so like I don't like look at myself as a mentor at all or anything, but I feel like having that extra experience, like I am always open if anybody needs or wants anything just to talk about shit or just like bounce advice off of or whatever. But like when I came in, like I felt proud of you guys. Like I'm fucking proud older brother. Or like you know what I'm saying? Like
no, I get you.
Because it's just like it's all for positive things.
Yeah.
Nobody in here is a piece of shit. There are a lot of people in the wrestling business who are pieces of shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you.
Some of your favorites.
You are going to have a harder time finding someone who's not a piece of shit.
Yeah, agreed.
Just to be completely real with you.
Agreed.
So knowing that again, there's guys like Johnny, James, Tony running a business who they are good people and want to put on great wrestling, and there's people like all y'all who are inspiring fucking young kids to want to go out and start wrestling. Like You want to fucking hate on that? Feel free. Go ahead, but you look like an idiot.
For real.
Exactly, man.
Because what we're doing has not been done before.
Yeah.
And I think that like you said, we're all gonna do something really, really fucking special. And it does not happen without these people.
Without a doubt.
Without you people.
Without a doubt.
Like Chris Danger does not exist without the Dank Ops audience. You know, Brandon Collymore does not exist without the BDE audience, et cetera. VYBE does not exist without people deciding that this is what we want to do and this is what we want to build. So all of these things that we've built have been off of the fact that we love this shit and we're not pieces of shit. So supporting us shouldn't feel super hard.
Yeah. And we've all loved wrestling even before like any of us started training in any capacity. Like we were all watching it. We all loved the sport and respect it. Like, you know, when Logan, for example, first started, he knew some people, but he didn't know the sport like that. So I feel like he got a lot of, you know, backlash because he was just an influencer coming in to, you know, do whatever he wants to do. But I feel like the situation is a lot different with us.
I think so too. Yeah. I don't like using Logan as like a not example, but like as a comparison because yes, they are two very I wouldn't even necessarily consider him this dude was on Disney Channel. He was like doing TV and movies, all stuff before he even started. So he's just kind of leans more in like the celebrity turned wrestler type of thing. Like if Hugh Jackman decided that he wanted to wrestle, like just some shit like that. So I do feel like what we're doing is very unique to us because of the approach that we're taking. Yeah. Logan was doing no fucking indie shows.
You know?
Like,
you know?
And, nothing. WWE wanted him right away. By all means, fucking go do that. But the way we're doing it, I think, is the right way. And as long as we continue to keep that forward mindset and you know not turn into pieces of shit, I think everybody here will find success one way or another. Yeah. And I'm very happy for you guys, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best. And please tell Jaren that I said that as well.
We will.
Oh yeah.
I'm sad he couldn't be here.
He's
for
still
this.
on the cruise. This motherfucker's still on a cruise.
Cruising, dog.
2 weeks.
Get that
crazy.
final chief bullshit out of
That's
here.
great.
Yeah, get that
Take
done.
his off off us, stick it up his ass.
Acknowledge your predictions, champion.
There you go. You just caught 4 minutes, buddy.
Brother can't even show up to work. Yeah, they're on a boat. That's great. That's great.
That's facts, actually. That's okay, though. No, we love you, Jaren.
Shout out Jaren.
Oh, no, definitely. It's all love. Oh, yeah.
Chris, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Bro, thank you for having me. For
Hey,
real.
you're getting deep with us, getting vulnerable.
No,
with
yeah,
us.
man. Like I feel like this is a good conversation. Oh my god.
I mean, if you want to get deep,
we go. No, bro. I appreciate you having me. I love being able to talk about shit like this because what we're doing and should be talked about. So I appreciate you having me on.
Of course.
Brothers.
Anytime you want, brother.
Hell yeah.
Anytime.
I want to make that 6-hour drive again.
You know, ain't too bad.
You know, it's really not the end of the world. It's really not the end of
Especially
the world.
if you had somebody with you, it'd go by a lot better.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Like driving by myself was a little boring. If I had somebody, I'll probably just bring Michelle up here next couple times I come or whatever.
Catch a flight, I'll pick you up.
Maybe I might just drive, bring the dogs next time, make a whole weekend out of it.
This is the first snowfall of the year for us.
And
so
that's
and it's ironic.
That is so fucked up, by the way.
He drove up, and it's the first snowfall in Ohio.
I drove, and Brandon's like, it's gonna snow here tomorrow, right? And like snow a lot. And I'm like, oh, fucking great.
No, that shit was coming down when I was driving over here.
Dude, for real.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And it's that slushy shit. Yummy.
Unbelievable timing.
Where can they find you, Chris?
Wherever. No.
So you know where I'd be.
YouTube.com/dankops. That's my channel, allegedly. I mean, Chris Danger. I frequent DPW quite a bit. I'll be wrestling Speedball Mike Bailey on November 29th in Greensboro, North Carolina for Firestar Pro Wrestling. It's a 21 and over event, so maybe not everybody watching this would be able to come. But if you are able to make it out, I would love to have you there. I love meeting people at shows. I have a table set up afterwards, for meet and greets, whatever.
Got the merch?
Come out. Oh yeah,
Of course.
Okay.
you already
Okay. Buy some merch.
you already know. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm around.
He's around. Aaron, where can they find you?
Simply Better AM, all platforms.
You can find me at Brent Oakley on YouTube.
Find me at BDE on YouTube. You can find me everywhere else over there. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
What was that?